The second winning series is a unique sports program that probes into the often controversial world of professional and amateur sports. Sports View Today.
Hello everybody and welcome to another edition of Sports View. I'm Ron Cameron.
And I'm Bob Page, sponsors in the program. Are we okay here? I'm looking at, well, yeah, there we are, up there on that monitor. I'm looking at this monitor here, and the whole thing went totally blank out there. Makes
Story
you
of your life.
It makes you
Story of your
realize,
life.
yes, my mind at my age sometimes goes blank. It makes you realize that it's not exactly CBS New York. There we go. Now we're up there on the monitor right now. Yes. Now, can you wait just until I get through with the sponsors before you take off on Chet Lemon? Give me about 20 seconds here, okay, before we take off on Chet Lemon. Our sponsors in the program today, Al Dietrich Oldsmobile. Where the runway ends, the deals begin. Uncle Al has moved right next to the Pontiac Airport on M59, or Highland Road in Waterford. We have Fred Wetzel and the folks at T-Com Pagers with their wide state beeper coverage. Maxie's Main Street, Steve Pinto and the gang in Royal Oak. Sports Fans Journal, I keep waiting for the new issue. And,
New issue will be out later in the week, that's right. Be on the newsstands next week, and Denny McClain's still writing from his jail, but I want to tell you, if you want to subscribe to this fine paper, you stay tuned, and I'll tell you how you can do that in just a couple of minutes.
Jalapeno Pizza and Pasta across from the Westland Mall with the Ron Cameron special coming up on Tuesday night, the 6-pound wet burrito. Ronnie will be out there challenging you personally to see if you can out-eat him with that 6-pound wet burrito.
I'll tell you this, they've got those real 2-pound wet burrito specials for $4.95.
Yeah, but that's for the wimps.
On Tuesday
that's
night,
for the wimps. You have more of the Ron Cameron special out there.
And also on Tuesday nights they have the half-priced margaritas.
And I bet you have a field day with that too, pal.
I don't drink.
Yeah, I bet you don't.
I'm not like
we
you.
also
I'm not a drunk like you.
We also have Pass.
M Sports.
Yes, Attorney Warren Siegel at 424-8384, wherever you are in southeastern Michigan. I want to welcome our newest sponsor to the program, George Gorno, and the folks down at Gorno Ford in Woodhaven. Spectacular service and great deals on all 87 Fords in stock. Our guest in the program today, an old friend of ours, former Olympic gold medalist Steve McCrory.
He's still alive. Well, you know, you don't read
still alive. The kid's 23 years old.
But what I'm saying is you don't read about him anymore.
Well, he just won Stevie and I were talking about it. He just won a championship.
And nowadays, of course, they
got 19 championships in 28 weight divisions.
The name of the championship was, will you tell him what it is?
He was telling me it's the, why don't you tell him what it is?
Continental?
The Continental WBC.
CBA?
Right, do you know what weight division?
Continental Basketball Association?
No. You know what weight division? Super Bantamweight. Now, you see, when Joe Louis fought back in your heyday, there was no Super Bantamweight division. And what's the weight limitation?
I have no idea.
You don't know at all, huh?
No,
122
pounds. Tell you that?
And Stevie will be fighting in town here in August against a still-to-be-named opponent. He's part of Johnny A. Smith's card on Tuesday night, and we'll talk about that when he comes up in the program. All right, fine. You want to talk about Chet Lemon?
Well,
then,
I just want to say that, you know, I was very surprised what happened to Chet Lemon on that fly ball the other day. Because
why?
He plays everybody as though he were Babe Ruth anyway. And he plays everybody so deep. And you know, people screamed a couple years ago, Chet Lemon for Gold Glove, Chet Lemon for Gold Glove. But you pay attention next time you go to the ballpark.
He deserved it then.
And you watch how deep Chet Lemon plays. There's more fly ball singles here than you'll see anywhere else because Chet's playing too deep. He doesn't want to get beat over his head.
But you see another factor there, if what you say is true, and I'm not sure about that. Another factor is because he plays so deep, what's his first instinct on any ball that's hit? To break in.
You'd think.
Well, that's what he does. So you saw what happened Saturday night. He broke in. He took a step back. He realized, uh-oh, it's over my head. Then he runs back. He turned the wrong way on the ball.
Oh, he made a
and then even K-Line says, well, George, he's got to know what way the wind's blowing. He's got to turn the other way. So Lemon gets drunk on this line drive, and he falls down out there trying. I felt terribly sorry for him, really. So the Orioles scored the go-ahead runs on that play. Then the next play,
I'll tell you something.
Chet tries to make up for court. He picks up the ball and just heaves it 30 rows, almost 30 rows up into the stands, you know, behind Matt Noakes. It was
you know, another thing, I was talking to somebody who's standing in the outfield right alongside, not alongside Lemon, right behind Lemon. Lemon was just goofing around before the pitch, looking around, smiling.
Here's the thing that
around.
bothered me about that, too. And maybe I shouldn't criticize Chet for this because I haven't talked to him about it and I haven't asked him about it. But after he made those 2 bonehead plays that cost him a game Saturday night, he's up at the plate in the bottom half of the inning with 2 men out. And I don't know what was said by whom to whom, but Lemon's smiling, laughing.
Oh,
yeah. I mean, and I thought to myself, gee, I mean, what the hell can be funny here? What can be so funny?
Cost him the game.
I don't care if it's the best joke he's heard in 6 months. I mean, come on, let's be real about this.
You're a ball player. Well, what's funny is he's paid till 1992. That's what's funny.
You know, it's funny. You mentioned that, and I don't agree with you about a whole lot in sports because you have no clue about most of the things you say. But you look at a guy like Larry Herndon, for instance. Everybody's talking about, well, what an outstanding year Herndon's had.
Yeah.
Now, here's a guy that had a couple of good years for the Tigers in the early 80s. They signed him to a long-term contract. He was I think everybody would agree, he was a big, big disappointment.
To say the least.
Now he has no contract. The Tigers go to him and say, son, if you want to play in big league baseball, we're going to cut you in half. Slash
half
it.
in 2.
As George Kell would say, you have to sign for what we're offering. Herndon does that. Now he's producing. I'm not, look, I like Larry Herndon personally.
So do I.
I'm not going to say that Larry Herndon didn't put out the last 3 years on the field for the Tigers and he didn't give 100%.
A lot of them don't.
But it makes you wonder, doesn't it?
It sure does make you wonder.
It sure is curious about that. Sunday, what a great ball game Sunday. The Tigers came from behind in the ninth. You told me all about it.
I told you all about it.
I was out sailing. I was sailing on Lake Erie. Yes, I was. In a boat. No, in a boat.
I guarantee you the booze was there.
And you told me what had happened, and I was very impressed.
10 o'clock at night, he said, by the way, who won the game?
Yeah, right.
And I gave him a blow-by-blow description.
And I understand now, as Kayline would say, that the Tigers used 4 third basemen. And the thing that was also so interesting about the game, we are, this week, ladies and gentlemen, going to reveal to you on Sports View Today, because Oral Roberts didn't have guts to, we will reveal to you the names of the individuals Oral Roberts has raised from the dead. And one yesterday we saw, Sunday, was Tom Niedenfuer. Now this is the guy that gave up that.
Doug Corbett.
This is and Corbett too.
He's as old as you.
This is the guy. That's hard to believe. This is the guy Niedenfuer that gave up that home run to Jack Clark when he was with the Dodgers. When Niedenfuer was with the Dodgers and they lost the National League pennant on that. In the 9th inning Sunday, he gives up 3 straight homers. I couldn't believe it. This guy apparently is so used to getting the crap kicked out of him when he goes out to the mound. One of the guys at Channel 4 went to him afterwards, and you would have thought, I mean, he wasn't going to talk to anybody, right? Hiding in the training room. To Niedenfuer's credit, he answered all the questions like a man, and they stuck a microphone in front of him. Niedenfuer says, well, yeah, I didn't have a real good day today.
No kidding.
Guess I didn't have it. I couldn't believe it. God.
Well, you know, speaking coming up from the dead, there's a couple more that are on their way. They're just holding up for a better contract.
That's all right, yeah.
But I'll tell you,
we will reveal their
Wednesday.
names later on this week on Sports View Today. The Tigers have a big West Coast road after the Milwaukee series coming up here.
It's a good ball club, Bob.
If they do well, they could be in pretty good position when the thing is over.
I'm almost ready to second-guess myself for 3rd place, but not yet. Now that Henderson's about ready to return and Manning's back in that lineup for New York, look out for them because they held in there pretty good. I thought Lou Piniella did an excellent job under some trying circumstances without 2 of the best players in the game today.
I want to get to Stevie McCrory, but we didn't get a chance to comment last week on the Pistons draft. Freddie Banks from Nevada, Las Vegas coming up, and I was.
What can you say from UNLV's a gunner?
Yeah, I'm a little mystified. The one thing that mystifies me about this is the Pistons were crying going into the draft. What do they need? Well, we need a big guard. One who preferably can play a little bit of defense. Well, it seems to me that when they foolishly gave away John Long to the Indiana Pacers,
John Long couldn't guard you.
John Long had improved his defensive play greatly,
from horse manure to horse manure.
Well, the Pistons were even admitting that, and I just think it's interesting that now that they gave away John Long, they said, "Oh, we need a big guard." You know what? That was a pretty good one. He had a good year with the Indiana Pacers this year.
He did a pretty fair job.
Right.
He started good and ended good, but he was in the middle.
Speaking of the Pacers, that should be a good situation for Scotty Skiles. Don't you think?
I would think so. Yeah, they could use somebody that can shoot the ball from the outside.
And I still think this kid's going to be an NBA player.
Well, maybe. What about Herbie? Or what about Alfred?
Steve Alford,
yeah.
In his wildest in his wildest dreams, on his greatest day, Steve Alford can't carry Scott Skiles' jockstrap. There's no comparison.
You can use that on TV.
Yes, I can see that.
Of course, I do it all the time.
And they're signaling frantically that we want to get to the commercial break, and Stevie McCrory's got a lot to say. I just want to say in closing
they're signaling for you to shut up, Bob, is what they're doing.
Basketball, the most curious deal. somebody out there in the Portland Trailblazers organization apparently has been going with you to jalapeno pizza on Margarita night to give up Jimmy Paxson, you know, one of the outstanding scorers, for Keith Lee.
Keith Lee is a better athlete than
No kidding.
Than Paxton.
Sure, it wouldn't be hard to be a better athlete than Paxson.
Yeah.
But this is a guy that had a tremendous freshman year, and Vitale was raving about him on the, oh, this is the next guy, the second coming of Christ, Keith Lee, and everything like
He's the
this.
second coming of Christ, all right. He's dead.
And I'll tell you, well, they need Oral Roberts to raise this guy from the dead, because after his freshman year at Memphis State, he's done nothing.
You were raving about Keith Lee too, Bob.
After his freshman year.
You were raving about Keith Lee.
That was a long time ago. All right, fine.
Yeah.
We want to get Stevie McCrory.
You said that 4 times. Let's go.
I'm going to, and we're going to give you a pop quiz on boxing when he gets up here too, and you'll have to answer. He's going to bring his title belt.
You want me to give you those trivia questions?
That's the next show.
Oh,
we'll handle that.
All
right, as we continue to reveal the names of the sports stars Oral Roberts has raised from the dead. Steve McCrory is here. We'll be right back.
Wait till you see Louis Tion come back.
Right after this.
Al Diedrich Oldsmobile has moved to a new location, M59, just east of the Pontiac Airport. A new location, but the same great service you've come to expect from Uncle Al, and the same super deals on beautiful new 87 Oldsmobiles. And now Uncle Al is proud to announce the addition of the GMC truck lineup, Jimmy's custom conversion vans featuring Traytech and StarCraft, and the classy new 88 GMC Sierra pickup.
Hi, this is Uncle Al inviting you out to my new location on M59, just east of the Pontiac Oakland Airport. Don't forget, where the runway ends, the deals begin.
Hi, it's me again. In the past, you've heard a number of people give reasons why they come to Maxie's. Maybe you're not yet convinced. Let's ask a few more.
I come to Maxie's because it's a really fun atmosphere, the food's really good, and I have a good time every time I come here.
A lot of girls come to Maxie's to get lucky, and I did. I met my boyfriend here.
For the selection of fine wines, of course. Mainly I come to Maxie's because Ron Cameron doesn't come here.
Of course, there are other reasons why you should be coming to Maxie's. On Sunday nights, we feature the Maxie Jam with some of the best rock and rollers this area has to offer. Every Tuesday and Saturday, we have classics on video with Elmar. Of course, we always have our outdoor cafe open for your fun and enjoyment. And one day, Bill Sparks might show up.
There it is, Sports Fans Journal. It is going strong, folks. And yes, we've got the guy still writing from his jail cell. And I'm speaking of Denny McClain. Now, if you want to subscribe, get that pen and paper ready, because we're going to tell you right now how you do that. And if you do subscribe, you can do this. Send a $15 check or money order for a year's subscription and mail it to Sports Fans Journal, P.O. Box 12170, Birmingham, Michigan, 48012. Now, our other writers include the syndicated radio and TV talk show host Larry King, Mike Downey, Eli Zaret,
Got Larry King's
George
wife.
Allen.
Larry King's wife, Angie Dickinson.
No.
Angie's not writing yet.
No. George Allen, Dick Vitale, Bob Feller, Don Cherry, Bill Gadsby, Ernie Harwell, George Kell, so many more. Ray Lane, Sonny Elliott, Bob Reynolds, Jim Northrup, Lem Barney, and a whole bunch more. George Blaha, and I'm even so hard up that I'm bringing in, since we're sorry to see that Edgar Hayes passed away, but to replace him, we brought Bob Page. They're about the same age.
I'm embarrassed by that.
Well,
to be associated with this, and you especially, but then I embarrass myself all the time.
Well, you're the one begging me.
Then it's just damn commercial. I'll get to Stevie McCrory.
So if you want to subscribe, you do just like that. Send a $15 check or money order to Sports Fans Journal. If you like, there's the address again. Or call this number for further information, 350-3530. If you want to see the paper first, stop by your local newsstand and bookstore or Tiger Stadium souvenir stand and pick up the Sports Fans Journal.
And we're back on Sports View today, and our guest is old friend Stevie McCrory, the former U.S. Olympic gold medal winner, 1984 in Los Angeles, flyweight, who now, since Ronnie and I were a little confused, why don't you state forthrightly what it is that you're champion of right now?
I'm a WBC Continental Champion.
The WC?
BC.
WBC?
BC.
Continental, that's the World Bribery Council,
right,
as opposed to the World Bribery Association, right?
World Boxing Council.
And this is what they gave you, and we have Mike Tadmer get a shot of this right here if we can. This is
you got it the wrong way, Bob. There
we go. No, there's the belt.
Oh, it's beautiful.
Pull back a little bit, let them see the whole thing. Now, how come your name isn't on this, Stevie? Do they figure you're not going to have this very long?
No, we're going to send it in and get a grade in when we leave here, matter of fact.
What was that? I didn't.
Nor did I.
The name, we're going to send it off soon. To get the name put in.
Who did you beat for this title?
Beat a guy from Texas by the name of Marino. I can't think of his last name.
You don't even know the guy's name.
What is his name?
I can think of his last name. Right
It's
off.
well, Johnny A. Smith brought you down here. I'm sure Johnny knows
Yeah,
what the
Johnny
guy's name
knows.
is. But Stevie, really, it's gotten out of hand in boxing, hasn't it? I mean, they got 19 organizations. Everyone's got their own world champion. And these days, if you're a fighter and you're not a champion of something, you're not worth your salt.
Pretty much so. Pretty much, I would say. Well, I know out of 19, I'm somebody now. I'm a title and.
Well, you had an Olympic gold medal. You were somebody coming
You know,
into
the
this
last
thing.
time you were on the show, you mentioned about going into commercials and things like
Right.
that, and all of a sudden you disappeared from the face of the earth.
And he
Never saw
said,
your
you know
name
what
in
else
the
he
paper.
said? He said, Stevie, what's your goal? And he said, I'm going to be the first little man to make $10 million in boxing. Stevie, are you there
He's
yet?
got $9,999,000 to go.
I have 10 million to go.
What's happened to you? You lost a couple of fights after the Olympics.
Yeah, well, I fought for the world title in Australia, and I lost my second fight. And now that's history. That's back past me. Now I'm back with Johnny Ace, ABC promotion.
You left Emmanuel Stewart in the Kronk boxing team.
Right.
Why?
Well, for better things, better reasons. For better man now, Johnny Ace.
He's a better man than Emmanuel Stewart?
I'm about to say so personally, yes.
Uh-huh.
Do you have something against Emmanuel now?
No, he's still my friend. You know.
Do you think maybe Emmanuel gets so with his other fighters he doesn't give you enough time? Is that one reason?
Well, I think after the Olympics, I think that the attention I'm getting now, I should have had then. When I was lacking of attention with being with Emmanuel Stewart. Now I'm getting attention I can get by being with Johnny. I fought 5 fights for him. 5 fights was a title fight, and we're looking for a world title fight about another 6 months.
How big do you think you'll eventually get? You've gone from 112 flyweight
He'll always
to
be a little man.
122.
What do you expect him to do? Grow more?
Grow sideways.
No, well, I'll probably get no bigger than 126.
126. You can handle that weight then, huh?
Right.
What's happened to the guys on the U.S. Olympic boxing team from '84? It wasn't like, you know, Sugar Ray Leonard and Leon Spinks and the glory that they all went on to
Stevenson.
from.
Well, see, let people realize something. For one thing, we had set a history record which will never be broken. We had 9 gold medal winners, 1 bronze, and 1 silver. Okay?
And yet you did that because
because
the Cubans didn't come and the Soviets boycotted and the communists blocked.
I would not say that. Now, if you want to say that, now you're looking back in 1980. Same as Cuban they had like 5 gold medal winners.
When we boycotted.
We
Moscow
boycotted,
Games,
okay?
yeah.
I would never say that. I was just wrong. I said I had defeated a Cuban. A lot of guys on my former Olympic team, and we defeated Cuban. But I would never say that it's because they didn't show up. You know, same as the 80s, so it's vice versa. So, you know, we have excuse, they have excuse.
But anyway, to get back to your point, there were so many people who won gold medals.
Right, and there were too many heroes.
And that's why not many guys have gone into superstar recognition.
Well,
you remember all the publicity that Mark Breland got?
Oh, yes.
They said this guy was going to be the next Sugar Ray Leonard, make them forget about Hearns and Hagler all roll into one. Now, he just won some kind of a championship.
He's a great champion, the world champion.
The World Bribery Association,
You know, he's a
welterweight.
world
And
boxing.
who did he beat?
He got from South Africa.
Yeah, see, I mean, who is anybody? I mean, you got Hagler, Leonard, Hearns, Tyson, and who else
When
is
you
fighting
fight
these
these guys,
days?
when you fight these guys, Stevie, do you really? How much do you know about them? Do you know their name even?
Yeah, you know. See, the thing is that you can't knock boxing, okay? See, now if you think you're gonna knock something, you knock the racing car driver. You know, boxing is a game which that is.
What's a race car driver have to do with boxing?
He says you can knock auto racing.
You can knock auto racing. You can't knock boxing.
Why can't you knock boxing?
Auto racing.
Why should you knock boxing?
I mean, even Emmanuel Stewart is crying for a federal regulatory board to take control of this sport. It's out of control. You've got guys with falsified ratings. You've got ring deaths. You have all these warring organizations, each with their own champion.
Let him answer.
Go ahead.
No, I wouldn't say all that. No, I'm gonna go through that. No, you were looking at baseball. You got to look at sport. You got Detroit Tigers, which is for a good example. They won the World Championship in '84. They went crazy. Just got rid of everybody. Got rid of Gage Brown, paying him $19,000 a year, which was necessary. I mean, I think if they would kept the same team they had back in '84, maybe they'd be doing something. That would make no sense for to be a champion today.
What does that have to do with what we're saying?
Yeah, I mean, what we're saying though is the state of
I'm
boxing
just showing
in general
you putting boxing down. So I'm showing you what the thing of baseball.
Are you happy with the state of boxing?
I love it. I'm gonna tell you, I love it.
You're happy with
You're
the way
happier now than you were 2 years ago.
No, not you personally.
I'm happy.
Are you happy with the state
Yes.
of boxing, the way boxing is administered, the way it's run?
Yes, I can argue.
Why can't
argue.
You're one of the
I
few
can
guys in boxing who feels that way because
no,
they think everybody else
Do you
knows.
like the sport individually? I mean,
Yes,
Stevie,
yes.
your brother said he didn't want any part of it for years.
I would not be doing it if I wasn't interested in it. I have love for the sport.
What would you be doing otherwise if you weren't in boxing?
It's kind of hard to say. You never know. Be in school somewhere, which I cannot make the money I'm making now
Well, no
going to
kidding.
school. You know, I'm
That's why
happy.
you're in boxing, though. The money.
I'm
Money
happy.
talks.
Well, we got some videotape of you in this last championship fight, which we're going to take a look at right after these commercials.
I'm sorry, she's out of the office for the day and there's no way to contact her.
With a pager from TCOM, you could contact her anytime.
I know it's an emergency, but it's out of the building now. May I call you later?
With Motorola pagers from TCOM, you can deal with emergencies now.
I'm sorry, our delivery man is on call right now. We won't be able to help you till tomorrow.
Hi, my name is Fred Wetzel with TCOM Paging. If these problems seem familiar to you, then you need a TCOM pager. You'd be surprised how affordable they are. Probably wonder how you've done without one. Give us a call at 559-6826.
Jalapeno Pizza's a great place to eat.
Hi, 2 for non-smoking, please.
Right this way.
Wow, look at all this food. A 2-pound wet burrito, a 16-ounce porterhouse, and there's pasta, too.
But did you see the daily specials?
What a deal for $6.25.
See, didn't I tell you Jalapeno Pizza and Pasta's a great place to eat?
Jalapeno Pizza and Pasta on Cohen Road across from Westland Mall.
Since my divorce, I've had problems with visitation. But since I went to attorney Warren Siegel, I now see my son on a regular basis.
Thanks, Dad.
Find out your rights. For a free consultation, call attorney Warren Siegel, the Bold Eagle. Call 424-8384. The Bold Eagle, 424-8384.
There's no charge for our first meeting. You're under no obligation, so call today. If I needed a lawyer to represent me, I'd want Warren Siegel.
Since 1939, Gorno Ford has been one of the most trusted names in Metro Detroit. A 16-time winner of Ford's highest award for excellence in service. And service is where you start at Gorno. Honest, hassle-free, reliable service at the lowest prices in Southeast Michigan. But Gorno Ford is much more. Gorno's Downriver's biggest truck dealer, used cars and leasing, and the finest selection of 87 Fords going, over 500 new and used. Gorno Ford Woodhaven, the 5-star name you've trusted for almost 50 years.
We're back on Sports View with boxing champion Stevie McCrory. What title? I mean, the way so many titles are tossed around. What are your long-range goals in boxing? What do you want to do? You said a world championship bout. You want to get a world championship bout for what?
Well, you just did. And we're going to take a look at some of the action.
But I'm talking about another world title fight in about 6 months, he said. What title fight will this be for?
I'd like to have the IBF.
The IBF what?
World title. See, y'all, it's him with 3 good government bodies. The WBC.
But what weight class?
Super Bantamweight, 122.
There's the WBC, there's the WBA,
right.
There's the IBF, there's the North American Boxing Federation, there's, and what else were we talking about?
The USBA.
The USBA.
No,
now, this is this guy that you were fighting?
Marino. That's Mike Marino.
Mike Marino is his name. And this is a decision that you won, right? You're not a knockout puncher.
No, I'm not a knockout puncher.
What are you?
I'm a boxer. Technician. You know.
Alrighty.
Are you happy with the state of your career now, Steve?
Yes, I'm very happy. Yeah, I'm very happy. I'm very happy. And I would say that I can never knock sport or say that it's not the same because I think it may still say that because Kronk is not where it used to be at.
Yeah.
And
what is the state for Kronk right now? You say they're not where they used to be.
No, well, I mean, everyone leaving. It's not the same. Everyone's getting away, and then Ray Leonard retired for him, so Tommy Hearn cannot fight Ray Leonard. So
it sounds like you're a little bitter about the way Emmanuel Stewart treated you.
No, man, Stewart treated me good. We just couldn't do been together. We couldn't do been together.
Are you out from underneath Milton McCrory's shadow, your older brother?
No, I never was under shadow.
Never felt that way?
Never felt that. I already did my thing. Boxing is an individual sport.
Do you think Milt's going to retire now?
He's not going to retire. He'll be fighting.
He's going to what?
He'll be fighting again. He's not retired.
Yeah. We'll close it out with Steve McCrory, and I also want to mention the boxing card coming up that Johnny A. Smith's put together, which we'll do right after this final timeout.
hardest thing about coming to the Brass Bed and Leather Gallery is making up your mind. We have over 150 brass beds, iron beds, day beds with trundles, sofas, sectionals, office chairs, all under one roof. When you come in here, you don't see catalogs. You see the actual piece on display. That's real important. You see it, you feel it, you touch it, you take it home with you. We deliver it to you. We carry quality pieces, name brands only, at low, low discount prices. We're open 7 days a week. Please come and see us.
Did you know that 125 million Americans didn't visit a dentist last year? Why? Not money. According to surveys, they're afraid.
Well, modern technology has taken the fear out of visiting the dentist. Here at my office in West Bloomfield, we've got a relaxed, friendly atmosphere. I provide the highest quality care with an emphasis on the prevention of tooth and gum disease.
So if you're one of the many people not seeing a dentist, you're taking a serious risk with your future health. Like smoking cigarettes, it's a ticking time bomb.
Michigan's biggest heroes play on Pass.
Boy, I'll tell you. Hey,
We're back on Sports
I
View.
said Mike Tatum up there in the lights. We got to give him a hazardous duty pay for climbing the ladder for that shot.
Especially when you look where he came from before he started climbing the ladder. He's out with you this morning, wasn't he, in the bar? We're back with Steve McCrory, boxing champion of whatever category you can think of.
He's told you 6 times.
Well, that's still have to tell me another 6 times.
Up here.
So what I want to say now is that he said he'd be happy making $10 million. I think you'd be happier in a pig in his favorite eating place if you make $1 million for your career, won't you?
I tell you what.
Tell me what.
I'm telling you on TV. So you're knocking boxing. You're knocking my belt.
He knocks
boxing.
He knocks everything.
Belt looks nice.
You will make this my last time being on your TV show.
Oh, you should tell. We want you back when you
you're
win another
champion,
belt.
We want you to come back on. And
they got a sale going to the Hudson's now for other belts.
Space, and you can say, Cameron, what is this stuff? Remember
Look
this?
at you. You're the one that yapping about the different
All right,
things.
we want to plug Johnny A. Smith's card here coming up because he brought you down at the Premier Center in Sterling Heights. Oh, I see. And there's a Steve McCrory needs a nickname contest here.
Needs a nickname.
You've never had a nickname before, huh?
Right, and it'll be given out Tuesday night.
Tuesday night, and it's the doors open at 7, and the first bout is at 7:30 p.m. And
the doors, not the drawers.
We have
Bob, you got to get away
the
from
Warrior.
that.
I always love these names. Spencer the Warrior Chavis will be there, and Fred
Spencer
the Tank.
Chavis is going to fight.
Yeah, and Fred, you know him, and Fred, and Fred the Tank Adams, and people like that. So anyway, that's at the Premier Center, and Steve, you'll be out there, right?
I'll be out there, right.
Yeah, with your manager Johnny A. Smith.
Right.
Want to thank you for coming on and putting up with Ronnie. I know it's been very difficult for you. Want to thank our sponsors as well on the program today. Yes, Sports Fans Journal.
It's going strong. Doing real well.
It's going to be the 11th issue coming out soon.
If they want further information about this paper, dial this number, 350-3530.
We have our newest sponsor, George Gorno and the folks downriver on Allen Road in Woodhaven at Gorno Ford.
Yeah, you got to think of the name of the place.
Warren Siegel, the attorney at 424-8384. Pass, the Pro-Am Sports Systems. We have jalapeno pizza and pasta. Yes.
Across from the Westland Mall.
We don't stand up formality here, thanks to Dave Zorns just flipping. I didn't need both of them.
You got the jockstrap, Bob Page jockstrap.
I got the small T-shirt for him
now
too.
That will fit Steve.
We got let's see, Maxie's Main Street, Steve Pinto and Company, T-Com Pagers, Fred Wetzel and the gang, and Al Dietrich Olsen, Bill Center. Yeah, we got one that'll fit Steve. Yeah, that's for John Blum.
Now you get the Bob Page jockstrap.
No, John
Give him the
Blum
jockstrap in there?
No, that's for Stevie, the small T-shirt. You can hear Ron Cameron on the radio.
He fits him. You got any more?
He's been busted down to one afternoon a week now. WCAR AM 1090, 4 to 5. And my show, Sports with Bob Page, runs every morning on the home of rock and roll, WRIF. 101.1 FM at 6:30, 7:30. Stevie, thank you. Good luck to you in August. Your title fight coming up here in Detroit.
Against who knows who?
He didn't know yet.
Nobody knows.
Future. And thank you for joining us
on this edition
of Sports View today. We'll see you next time.
Bye-bye, everybody.